There are superheroes we all know like Spider-Man and Wolverine, and then there are the superheroes you never even knew existed, like the Phone Ranger and Kayla Valentine. Welcome back, Nerd Squad. It's me, Amanda McKnight, aka VampX13. Today we'll be focusing on the latter as we count down the top 10 Marvel superheroes you've never heard of before. Let us know some of your favorite lesser-known heroes in the comments below. Number 10, Sorcerer Supreme, 1 million BC, Earth 91. Something that might be one of the most surprising things on this list is a reality where man-things rule the entire planet. Their version of the 1 million BCE Avengers team is filled exclusively with, you guessed it, man-things. As a result, one of these man-things is known as the Sorcerer Supreme on his planet in the reality we know as Earth 91. Unfortunately, we do not get to know too much about this version of man-thing as he is killed by the Masters of Evil when they come to his reality in Avengers Forever issue number 5 from 2022. What we do know is that like Dr. Stephen Strange and many other Sorcerer Supremes, this man-thing does seem to possess a cape, although it is a bit shorter than Strange's. His version of the Eye of Agamotto also seems to be something he wears inside his chest as opposed to on a chain or a necklace, implying that this eye is perhaps a part of him, or perhaps it's simply just his own third eye? And friends, before we move on to our next spot on this list, if you love what we do here at Top 10 Nerd, be sure to show us you love us by clicking that like button. Seriously, it helps us out, feeds the algorithm. We must all bow down to the algorithm. Number 9, Jack of Hearts. Jack of Hearts is an exciting character, considering he had not been seen for years in the comics, but recently he surprisingly resurfaced in She-Hulk. Why was this so surprising? Because the last time we saw him, he died. Also, the last time he saw Jennifer Walters, he was draining her gamma energy, which caused her great harm. However, when Jack of Hearts initially resurfaced, his powers were seemingly gone, meaning that he was no longer a threat to She-Hulk. With him going to Jen for help, the two became close and even fell for each other, becoming an item. However, Jack would later get his powers back, and this would once more drive a wedge between them. And just when I was starting to like them as a couple too. Jack of Hearts is still around even now in the comics, and despite being unable to touch Shulky now that his powers are back, he and She-Hulk still decided to team up as superheroes and even fought together during the Fantastic Four event, The Reckoning War. Number 8, Kayla Valentine. Kayla Valentine was a love interest of Wendell Vaughn's, another lesser-known Marvel superhero, but one who I felt was still a bit too well known for this list. Maybe we'll see him on a part 2 if we get to one. I love Wendell, and I do feel like he does not get enough love on this channel or in the comics. Wendell was known as the hero Quasar, and he initially hired Kayla to be an administrative assistant for his company, Vaughn Security Systems. It was during her time working for him and being his paramour that she ended up being granted the power of the Starbrand. And so, for a brief time, she was technically a superhero. She had superpowers. Kayla made her first appearance in Quasar's own series in the late 80s, first appearing in Quasar issue number 3. Number 7, Cosmic Ghost Rider. One of my favorite weirdos among those I've encountered in the Marvel Universe is Cosmic Ghost Rider. Cosmic Ghost Rider is actually an alternate reality superhero who has been known to get involved in the events of the main reality. Cosmic Ghost Rider hails from an alternate reality that isn't even solidified as having its own reality number yet officially. It is currently known by fans as Earth 666 unofficially. Here, Cosmic Ghost Rider was once the hero we know as Punisher, Frank Castle. However, after Frank Castle died when Thanos attacked Earth, he made a deal to become a spirit of vengeance, hoping to get some revenge, some sweet, sweet revenge. Tragically, by the time he returned to Earth to get his revenge, all his friends had perished and Thanos had left. Number 6, Firehair. Firehair, who later became the host of the Phoenix, was a member of the 1 million BC Avengers, also known as the Stone Age or Prehistoric Avengers. Early on in her life, she was abandoned by her parents due to her distinctive red hair and was left to perish, as her tribe considered anyone who is different to be a threat. However, Firehair was rescued by wolves and grew up among them. Later on, she joined a group of prehistoric mutants called the Tribe Without Fear. Her powers eventually surfaced, leading her to bond with the Phoenix Force and ultimately losing her tribe. It was following this that she would end up joining the team known as the Prehistoric Avengers. Number 5, Ghost Rider 1 million BC. You probably know a Ghost Rider, but do you know this Ghost Rider? Way before Johnny Blaze was even ever born, there was Ghost. Ghost is the original Ghost Rider, or at least he's believed to be the original Ghost Rider, the initial spirit of vengeance, retroactively. Anyways, as he made his first comic book appearance after Johnny Blaze, historically appearing in Marvel Legacy issue number 1 from 2017. whereas, Johnny Blaze appeared way before that. Ghost became the first Ghost Rider during the prehistoric era and did so in order to defeat the mysterious Wendigo, who took over his pack, becoming their leader, only to eat the pack members, save for Ghost. Ghost would stumble upon a snake and speak its real name in order to become Ghost Rider, the Spirit of Vengeance. He would go on to join up with the Avengers of 1 million BC. Number 4, Starbrand, 1 million BC. Vin, the Starbrand of 1 million BC, was ousted from his tribe and ended up discovering the apparent biblical paradise known as the Garden of Eden. He had been kicked out from his tribe upon them realizing he was gay, which was deemed unacceptable by his people. In the garden, he met and fell in love with Burke, but their relationship was cut short when Burke died in a deviant attack. The deviants aimed to claim the garden, resulting in a cave-in. Though Vin was able to survive, Burke did not. Vin then found the body of the previous Starbrand, a dinosaur, and upon his discovery was imbued with its power. He fought against those who had killed Burke and was successful in acquiring his revenge, but tragically, he destroyed the garden in the process. Number 3, La Bandera. La Bandera is one of my all-time favorite lesser-known superheroes. She makes her debut appearance in issue number 19 of Wolverine. What does she get up to there? Well, of course she runs into Wolverine, and the two team up together, with her becoming like one of his younger female mutant sidekicks that he always develops and often always becomes fond of, acting as a mentor or father figure to them. Bandera is no exception to that rule. She herself is a mutant whose powers allow her to inspire those around her to fight against injustice. Basically, she is mob mentality made manifest, though usually using her ability to hurt a mob for good as opposed to ill. Alas, Bandera was all too short-lived as a character, appearing only a few times in the 90s, which is why many folks likely don't remember her today, or don't even know who I'm talking about. Number 2, Phone Ranger. The Phone Ranger is about as weird as he sounds. Armed with alien space tech that can tap into any communication technology, A.G. Bell, the phone repairman, decided to become a superhero. While he may be a ridiculous-looking product of the 1980s, Phone Ranger actually also comes equipped with a bunch of communications technology, which also allows him to utilize and integrate with any other comms tech he comes across. Basically, he's like a spokesperson for phone tapping, trying to make the whole idea of it seem more heroic. In that regards, he's like a walking, talking propaganda telephone for the Cold War. Needless to say, Phone Ranger has only been featured in a few issues of Marvel Comics overall, and hasn't even been seen since the first superhero Civil War. Number 1, the Almighty Dollar. The Almighty Dollar is J. Pennington Pennypacker, a minor superhero who appears alongside his fellow heroes on the team, the Happy Campers. They likely get their name from the fact that they all received their powers while attending what Pennypacker thought was a self-esteem camp. In reality, the camp was actually a front for scientists looking to experiment with a device that would grant those exposed to it superpowers. After being exposed to the device, Pennypacker gained the ability to fire pennies from his wrists, which wouldn't be very useful today, especially in Canada, where pennies are also no longer in production at all. Also, in this economy where pennies are really pretty much just worthless, unless I guess you have like a whole truckload of them. But his powers did prove good enough to help him and his fellow campmates rise up and escape their captors. So there is that. That's about it. Until next time, you stay nerdy, YouTube.